Hello and welcome to Method Integration User Tutorials. My name is Errol, and in this video series we take a look at field services. And today we shall look at route mapping. Using the power of Method CRM and Google, you can automatically route your work orders on a map. First, you need to set up some defaults. If you go to the dashboard of field services, you will find on the right Settings and Preferences. Let's click that and then click the Mapping section, and I find Settings for the Mapping tool. Basically, Method needs a starting address, so I place it right here. It also can use an ending address, and I just copied the starting address. Underneath that, we have all the active Method users. I have 2. And they can have different starting and ending addresses from the default. I just want to use a default, so I'll keep these blank. Remember, if you forget everything I've told you, just click the handy-dandy help link. It's useful. And I'm going to close this. And let's click the Work Order List tab. I am going to search for November 30th because I made some work orders then. And now I want to create a route list with these work orders, so I will select them all. And with these selected, go to the More Actions button. Clicking it will give you this menu, and you will find Map and Directions for Selected. So let's click that. And this will pop up a separate window. And look, it's a map of our route list. How awesome is that? Now, I'm not going to teach you the basics of Google Maps. I hope you know Google Maps. The places you have to go to are highlighted by these markers, and down here are directions on how to get there. I will, however, point out this cool gear. If you press this, more options pop up. If you are one inclined to reading, I hope you can deduce what these checkboxes up here mean. But I will tell you how to switch up the order of your route. The order is based on the sort order of your grid. Mine is defaulted to due date start. However, maybe you don't care about this sort order. Maybe you told your client that you'll be there between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., like telephone companies like to do to me. Anyway, if you don't care about the times, then click Optimize Round Trip. And ta-da, the route gets optimized by distance, not by time. If you want to go back and not do that, then just click Plot and Get Directions, and it will give you the original map. And once you're satisfied, you can even print the map with the print button. Haha! One last thing. Notice that it has the first name here for each line of the address. Sometimes Google Maps doesn't like that. There is a way to remove that first name from the line. And this is done from the Setting and Preferences, which you remember back on the dashboard. And then go to the Mapping section. And here we can see Include First Address Line when plotting addresses checkbox. If I uncheck that, then the first address line will not be included. And if you still wonder what that means, let's go to a customer and look at the address in the bill to. You will see that the first line of the address, it's the name of the customer. So if I go back to Preferences and uncheck that box, then that line won't show up. So let's save it and go back to the Work Order List tab link, where I will recreate the map. Pretty, got the map. Okay, hit the gear. And ta-da, the first name isn't there. Again, this is only a problem if Google Maps can't read the address. I'm just trying to keep you prepared here. Now, you have the map and directions, and let's say you printed it out to give to your employee. But I want to give her more things because I want to make sure that she's prepared. So back in the Work Order List tab link, I am going to go to the Print Email section. And here I can print out the route list as well as the work orders. Notice that Selected Only is selected here. So when I hit Print Route List, it will use the work orders that I had previously selected. See, it shows my work orders, it shows the name and the job, the date, and the job site. That job site is taken from the shipping address of the customer, by the way. Oh, and the employee can use this as a time tracking sheet. See, they can put in their start and end times there. One last thing, note that we have the total man hours up here. And for each work order, there are also hours. These are pulled from the estimated hours within each job item. We will cover that more when we get into job costs and reporting. Anyway, the last thing you may want to print out are the work orders. If I were to click the Print Work Orders button, I can see all sorts of information on the work order itself. And look, at the bottom is a remittance slip, and you can give that to the customer and hopefully you will get paid. And we're done! If you have any questions, by all means leave them in the YouTube comments, or you can tweet us at Method CRM. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye!